Good morning, I'm Emily Beckett, Digital Marketing Specialist at Sprague.
And I'm Will Beck, Wholesale Market Rep for Sprague Energy.
Welcome to Sprague's Refined Products Review, where we share what's moving the market, giving you insight into what we're seeing every day. We're seeing a lot of movement in the oil market lately, especially around crude prices. Will, what's driving the pressure on those prices?
I think the one thing that's been driving pressure down on pricing lately has been the fear of oversupply. OPEC is increasing production. We know that, we've seen it reported. OPEC, though, thinks that you're going to see a supply and demand balance sometime into 2026, which is keeping a little bit of a lid on prices. But right now, oversupply is the biggest concern, at least on the global crude side. When we start to look more on the refined product side, refiners in the US are getting a huge crack spread. So there's a premium to produce, but a lot of that we're seeing shipped offshore. So it's a pull and push right now with crude supply and refined product supply.
So that's a major oversupply risk. How are the markets reacting?
We really have seen a reaction. We're trading at 5-month lows right now. The barrel's running at about $57.50 a barrel, and markets are starting to price in this future oversupply right now.
What about short-term factors? Are there any other pressures?
Right now, the big thing that's driving the market, other than oversupply that we were just talking about, is tensions are starting to heat up between US and China again. Increased tariffs, and with the fear of some sort of a global slowdown in the economy, obviously that's going to drive energy prices back down. Overall demand will remain subdued, keeping downward pressure on prices.
How are other energy markets faring in comparison, like gas and power?
Gas and power markets are much more stable right now. Storage levels are healthy, and there's less intermediate risk right now. But it's worth noting those markets can change on a dime, supply disruption, weather, and depending on the time of the year, if it's in winter, that really can trickle over into the diesel market when we're looking at interruptible contracts for power generation.
So what's the big picture for energy markets right now?
In a nutshell, you see it in the headlines. I think we talked about it last week in the Refined Products Review. We're talking about it now. It's really all about oversupply. That's what's driving the market. If you look at some midterm, long-term stuff, it's changes in policy, structural shifts, whether it's biofuels, electrification, but those are longer-term things. Right now, it's just looking at oversupply and what sort of price relief that gives.
Thanks for the insight. It sounds like energy markets are entering a more complex phase right now with more downside risk than upside potential.
That's right. It's really a wait and see period in the oil market right now.
Well, thanks so much for joining me, Will.
No, thank you.
Before we go, make sure to mark your calendars for our next special feature, an overview of Sprague's customer setup and customer care teams, releasing Friday, November 7th.
That's all for today. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back next Wednesday with another Refined Products Review. Refine your insight.
Feel your success. Well, thanks so much for joining me, Will.
I thought you were starting right at the top. I can't even say thank you.